Hey guys, my name is Shelley Grant with John Marshall High School, and I'm here to talk about finance and freebies. I don't know about you, but I'm always looking for a way to save on my pocketbook. I know that we as teachers put a lot of our own personal money into our classrooms, and wanted to share some things that if you're teaching personal finance, business, economics, these are great resources where you don't have to reach into your own wallet. I apologize in advance for the glare off the glasses, but if I take the glasses off, I don't know what I'm saying to you because I can't read it. So bear with me if you will, and let me share my screen with you. That way you can see this PowerPoint presentation and kind of know where I'm coming from here. Okay, so as I stated before, my name is Shelley Grant. I'm with John Marshall High School, and there we have the Academy of Finance. Within our Academy of Finance, we do a lot of different things. I try to keep the kids busy and have them learn while they're doing interactive items. I don't know about you, but my kids tend to learn a little bit better when it's interactive and it's fun and it's relevant. So we offer Math of Finance, Banking and Finance, Accounting 1, and Computerized Accounting. Every year, my students go through a voluntary income tax assistance program. Now, the students do volunteer for this, and I do have criteria they have to meet in order to volunteer, but this is offered from February to April, and we actually do basic income tax returns for our community members. We will have a line outside the door at 4 o'clock ready for us to open. So we've partnered with UCO, and they have students in their accounting program that come over and they do the work on the back end. In other words, we do the initial review or tax return, and they do the review. So the really nice thing about this is if you're looking to help your students with that real world experience, this is it. They're completing a tax return. I was in my 20s before I completed my first tax return, and these students are able to complete a basic tax return. They're sitting there with the community member. They're going through the intake form, they're going through the tax return, they're processing it, and then one of the college students comes over and reviews it for a quality review, and then we submit it. Last year, we were able to complete just under 300. We had 278 returns completed. This year, unfortunately, as you know, our worlds were turned upside down. So in the time frame that we were open, which was 4 weeks, we completed 196 returns. So we were well on our way to beating our record. But the biggest part of that is the students are learning. Additionally, they get 3 different certificates of completion for the training that they go through. So if you're looking to build a portfolio, it's a great opportunity for that portfolio option. Also, it looks really good on a college resume or application or on a regular resume for a job. Who can say at the age of 16, 17, 18 that they know how to do income tax returns? So great opportunity there. We provide internships with our banks and local companies that we have developed relationships with. This is one thing that my advisory board has been great in assisting with. So if you have an advisory board, call upon them, call upon their resources and see if they can't help you out in getting those internships set up. Some of them do get paid, some of them do not. So definitely some opportunities there. BPA, Business Professionals of America. We were excited to receive the Quality Award this year for our BPA, and the students worked really hard to earn that. And we actually created tic-tac-toe pillows, and these tic-tac-toe pillows initially were going to go to the Children's Center, and when COVID struck, we decided to donate them to the healthcare heroes instead, so that they had stuff to do in break rooms and possibly take home to families, etc. Just little felt tic-tac-toe pillows handmade by the students, and they were quite a hit. So this is just kind of my Finance Academy and what we do each year. But let me share some insight and some freebies with you. Resources, banks, utilize your resources, guys. I can't stress this enough. The Federal Reserve Bank is a huge win. Leslie Baker over there, they have printed materials, they have online materials, posters that they'll send to you for your room, workbooks that they'll send to you, all ages, and anything from second grade all the way up through 12th grade, all ages, interactive posters, interactive workbooks, posters for your room, etc. Another huge win is a visit to their location. Reach out to her and she can kind of tailor it to what you're doing in your classroom. When we're talking about college trips, they have information about how to find college and how to make sure that you're not going super into debt going to college. When we're talking about bank accounts and, personal bank accounts and personal finance accounts, they have curricula regarding that. Reach out to her and she will help you tailor it to what you're needing. And the kids really, really enjoy the trip. There's interactive learning. They like going through the little museum-like area that they have set up there, and food's not too bad either. Tinker Federal Credit Union, they have amazing programs set up. They can provide you the information. You can teach it in your class. They can do a virtual learning program with you, and they can send someone out to the classroom. So we've had several of their trainees or trainers, if you will, out in the classroom working with the students. This is a chance for the students not to hear me drone on, and they get to hear it from someone else. And they have interactive games and interactive processes that work with the students. And so the students are involved in their learning. And they've got anything from gambling being bad to personal finance to savings to identity theft, a variety of opportunities for you to choose from. Wewoki Credit Union has got a reality fair that is out of this world. The only thing you have to do is have a place and some volunteers. Sarah Mackey with Wewoki Credit Union is my personal contact, and she came out. We put 126 students through this reality fair, and it was amazing. They came in, got a piece of paper. The paper told them that they were a doctor, a lawyer, an artist, students, whatever the case may be, and they had to go from checkpoint to checkpoint and pick out their car and pick out their house and pick out their insurance and their utilities and their cellular phone and their data plans. And then they came over to the table of the volunteers, and the volunteers were the advisors. And they sat down with a calculator and we looked to see, okay, you get this much a month and you're spending this much a month, and you got to pay on those student loans if you're a doctor or lawyer. And now you need to look at my list of second jobs because you've spent more than you make. Or do you want to go change some of the things that you've chosen? Great opportunity, wonderful learning, all interactive, and a chance to get them out of the classroom and doing some hands-on learning. Quail Creek Bank is another great opportunity. These wonderful individuals have all of their divisions, if you will, in one bank. They're not spread out across the country. They're in one location. You can visit the fraud, you can visit skip tracing, you can visit their commercial department, you can visit their loan department, their tellers. Everything's in one bank. And they'll take you on a tour. They'll provide interactive learning for the students. They've got all different kinds of resources that they're willing to offer you. I highly encourage you to reach out to them or go to a bank in your local area that might have something similar. Reach out to your local banks. These banks get money each year to spend on educating the public and the schools on personal finance. They don't want everybody in debt, and they don't want everybody owing them money, and they're going to spend this money to help us learn. So utilize it. I've had banks buy me the Dave Ramsey material, and we've used it in classes. So definitely take advantage of the opportunities where they lie, and just realize that those banks have money to spend, and they're willing to spend it on you and your students. The Voluntary Income Tax Assistance Program, Walkidia Gomez is my IRS contact there. If you want information on how to get that going in your location, let me know. Right now, as far as I know, I'm the only high school in Oklahoma doing it. So, and it's amazing. So if you want any information on that, if you want to partner with us, we'd be glad to do that. to spread that opportunity would be amazing. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Organizations that offer you free resources, Econo Ed Link, or Econ Ed Link, I should say it right. I've provided you the link there, but this is a resource. You go in as an instructor, you can get all kinds of things. You can create a word search to pulling up a lesson plan. Teachers pay teachers. This one may cost you a little, but I'm sure you've all heard of them. And if not, it's a huge resource. You can go in and find things from kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade. It is an opportunity for you to search for what you're doing in the classroom. Somebody else may have taken the time and the energy to put together a great training program, and for pennies on the dollar, you can purchase that from them and use it in your class. On the flip side, if you're one of those individuals that is really good at putting together training programs, and you're putting together all this curricula and all these lesson plans and you want to share them, great way to make a little extra money on the side. Next generation personal finance. I highly recommend, regardless of what you're teaching, to sign up for this weekly blog or newsletter. They have a weekly blog. It gives you information regarding the things that are happening in the world and interactive things that you can do in your classroom that are relevant, real time. There's a Financial Friday. There's been many a time when that Financial Friday lesson plan has come out and I have just copied and pasted to my learning management system. So the students are interacting real time with what's going on in the world around them. They have a newsletter that they send out. They have a training program, online, virtual, and in-person trainings, where they will get you the most up-to-date personal finance training and curriculum available to them. They are constantly scouring the world trying to find more information to provide to teachers so that teachers aren't spending their time doing that. Oklahoma Council of Economics, again, another great opportunity. This one actually offers some interactive challenges as well, with the economics challenge, a personal finance challenge, and then for us teachers, the Personal Finance Institute, where we can go in and search for curriculum and information. Jumpstart, another great organization providing personal finance. They actually are the ones that introduced me to Next Gen. I was able to go to a Jumpstart conference, and they bring together anybody that has anything to do with economics, the business world, personal finance, any of that stuff, all under one roof, and share that information with the teachers, bring the teachers together that are teaching it so that we can share best practices. I recommend checking out Jumpstart. Again, amazing free resources. Practical Money Skills, the same. You can go online and get free resources there and lesson plans there, and Pathway to Financial Success in Schools, also another opportunity for you. Again, I apologize if any of this is information you already have, but I wanted to make sure that you realize that we don't have to spend money out of our own pockets. A lot of these organizations realize that we do that for our students because we care. I mean, that's why we're a teacher after all. And they're going above and beyond in doing this for us. Interactive games, I'm a big proponent on letting my kids learn by doing, and that's why we do VITA. Junior Achievement Investor Challenge is huge. They get to play the stock market, do a day trade. There's a lot of stuff you do prior to the day trade, and then the day of, the kids go and have somebody work with them on whether they buy, sell, stay. It's just an amazing event, and I highly recommend it. Invest Ed, also something where they get to learn how to trade stocks and make a portfolio. It's done online. The really cool part about Invest Ed is at the end of the process, they write a paper, and you can choose one or two of the best written papers and turn them into Invest Ed, and then those get put together against other papers that have been turned in, and eventually someone gets a scholarship. So you get an opportunity for a scholarship for just doing your work, sign me up, please. Stock market game, another huge opportunity. It's all online. And I don't have to worry about bell ringers during this time of the year because the kids come running in, sit down, log in, and look at their portfolio because they want to know if they've made money. And they will come in and tell me, did you see what happened last night? Did you see this? Did you see that? They are up on it. They'll come in and they'll be talking about the news with each other and checking their stocks and their portfolios. It's great to watch and see, and the kids have a lot of fun doing it. EverFi offers all kinds of personal finance information. They also offer gambling. You can be the manager of a town or city in EverFi and figure out how to use the digital world correctly. They've got all different kinds of resources, and it's free. BizKids, I can get you more details on this if you have, this is up to middle school. This is up through 6th grade, 4th, 5th, and 6th grade. Basically what this is it's kind of like Shark Tank, but for our little guys, if you will. They create a business. They find a need in their local community, and they create a business to respond to that need. And then they go and compete and pitch that business in a Shark Tank environment and see if they can win some funds doing so. Worst case scenario, they are learning how to write a business proposal. They are following through on their business proposal. There are schools that actually have these businesses continuing on after they complete the Biz Kids program. So another great way to get these guys engaged and not just reading out of a book and regurgitating on a test. Young Investors Society is another great opportunity. The National Economics Challenge is another great opportunity. One that is kind of fun and online is the Mind Your Own Budget. I'm about to age myself here, but this is an online game where you're creating a budget and then you have to follow the budget and things will happen. You have the cardboard box, you have the table made out of the spool from the telephone lines and wires. So then you have to upgrade that furniture. You may have fraud. Somebody may have spent money out of your account and you have to determine if that was you and you failed to track it in your checkbook register, or if it's not you. And it does a lot of different things. It's a lot of fun to watch. The students will get agitated if they can't figure out how to balance that budget, but then they also get excited when they see that they're getting to move on to the next phase. The first time they get to update their apartment from a 1-bedroom to a 2-bedroom, they're thrilled. So it's a great interactive resource. Start Here, Go Places. They offer virtual field trips. They offer monthly activities and a really fun game called Bank on It. This game is similar to, set up similar to Monopoly, but you play it online and you can play it against a computer, against somebody you don't know, or if you want to have a really fun day, play it against the other kids in the class. Set them up where they're playing against their friend across the room, and you'll hear them yelling out answers to each other or fussing at each other to hurry up, or hi, I beat you on this, or I'm winning. And it's all about personal finance and financial literacy. So it's a great interactive game and they really get into it. And after they've played it, they will be asking to play it again. Scholarship opportunities. There's a lot out there. I want to tell you about one. The last 2 years, I've had a student receive a scholarship opportunity through the Financial Executive International chapter at Oklahoma City chapter. So check with your local banks. That's kind of how I stumbled upon this one, was with a advisory member that is part of this particular chapter. And they heard about the stuff that we were doing in our school, and they heard about the stuff that the students were doing. And so every year they send me a scholarship application, if you will, and I narrow it down to the students that qualify, and those students go online and apply. And the last 2 years, we've had a student receive a scholarship from FEI, and scholarship is $1,000. I've had one go to OSU OKC. I have another one that's looking at going to Oklahoma City University. So great opportunities. And this is just from them doing the work that you require of them in your classroom. That's kind of it, guys. I hope that I've given you a lot of information. I kind of feel like I'm spraying you with a fire hose and giving you a lot of information and asking you to drink out of it. I hope I didn't leave anything out, but I'm sure I did. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Like I said, I don't have all the answers. I've been doing this for 5 years, this teaching thing, if you will. But prior to that, I was in the management world and the business world. So I'm trying to meld those two and kind of bring the business world into the classroom and teach these students what life's going to be like. So if you've got any suggestions for me, if you've got any information I can use, I am all about that. And constructive criticism I take too. If you need more information from me, that's my email address. Feel free to reach out to me. I will help in any way I can. I don't have all the answers, but I certainly don't mind digging to try and help. If we work together as a teacher community, we'll get through COVID and anything else they throw our way. But remember, you don't have to dig into your pocket for these classes. Finance is a dry subject to begin with, so liven it up with some of these resources. Again, if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Have a wonderful conference. Thank you for taking a few minutes of your time to listen to me ramble on and hopefully share some good information. Have a wonderful conference. Thanks, guys. Bye.